Hot steam rising in the early morn. Face feeling smoother than the day you was born. Sharpen up those razors, Tennessee whiskey shaving.
Hey, and what is up, gents? Welcome back to the channel, Tennessee Whiskey Shaving with your favorite talking torso, Wes. Coming back at you here with another sensational straight shave Saturday. And yeah, man, what can we say? It's November, right? I'm still doing the Leftember Shave Challenge. So, of course, I'll be doing this straight shave with my left hand only in support of Joe at Subtle Art Soaps. And but today I'm not going to be using his products because also I'm going to be doing a review on another favorite artisan of mine. And yeah, so we'll get to it. Hold on. Let me turn that light off. Save a little bit of money on the old power bill, yeah. So yeah, man, I mean, November's almost over. We got what, next week will be Thanksgiving, and then, man, we're looking at right around the corner, and then we're gonna have the Advent calendar coming out on Friday. Lots of good times. So be ready. If you guys haven't done the PAA Advent calendar, I highly recommend it. It is a very good time. 12 days of Christmas kind of thing. Open up each little door to a new soap and splash. Some from Christmas past. He'll bring back some stuff. Some from Christmas future, where they've never been released before, and some from Christmas present. So he'll have some that are relatively new or something, but they don't get released often. So anyway, but today we are talking about one of my favorite artisans, Eric from the Cajun Blade, and I am going to be shaving with Letter Buck. This comes in 3 different labels. There's this one right here that has the bareback bull. There's another one where they're riding like a saddled bull or something, and then another one where they're riding a bronco or whatnot. You can choose which which label you want, and it's all this is in support of the National Bull Riding, NFR, I think is what it's called. Yeah, tribute to cowboys and cowgirls of the NFR World Championship Finals. So yeah, another thing is this is in Eric's new F1 Bradford base, and I've been using it a little bit this week already. This is what the pour looks like for you guys. So nice, generous pour, and oh man, scent off the tub is nice. It's a nice on the Tennessee whiskey proof scale, where 0 is the worst and 100 is the best. It's right there where you want it at a 50 proof. Not too strong, not too weak. It gives you a good whiff. So off the tub, I get I get a lot of musk. This is a clean musk though. It's not an animalic kind of musk. It's a sweet, bright, musky kind of. If you're familiar with John Frum, then it'll smell familiar. It smells John Frum-esque, but it's got some bourbon notes in there. I think some of the sweetness also maybe coming from maybe some of the caramel and the vanilla or whatever from the bourbon accords that are in it. Initially when I smelled it, I thought that I was getting like a bergamot and lavender, combination vibe to it, or maybe lime. But the more and more I smelled it, the more and more it's just whatever sweet and bright notes that were infused with the white musk. Because it's just like a bright musky scent off the tub. I get a little bit of amber in there, resinous. Yeah, it's resinous, leathery, little grassy. You get a little bit of grassiness in there, vetiver, little smokiness, little dustiness. It really does. It kind of invokes, like you're maybe, at the rodeo, walking around the rodeo, where it's dusky and dusty and grassy and leathery, all this, the leather from the saddles and the chaps assless chaps. No? Yeah, chaps. Oh man, it does smell very good, very manly, masculine, musky. So if you like your musks, you'll definitely like this. Yeah, woody, smoky, little hint of bourbon in there. Yeah, very, very good. All right, so letter buck is what we're using today. And today I'll be using my Ralph Ost 6/8 razor. I haven't used it in a little while. It has carbon fiber scales to it. Very, very nice. I believe I got it from Maggard's. So, yeah, Maggard's or Griffiths. Those are great places to get straight razors from. And for my matchy, I've got it soaking in here in some hot water. I have Sawdust Creations. Let's see if we can get that in there. There we go. Sawdust Creations. I actually won this on the Shave Dad Facebook page in a giveaway, but it's a nice wooden handle. I figured it would be great, great to go along with letter buck. I've been having my face wet here for a little bit, so let me get it re-wet again for the straight shave, because that really makes a huge difference on the quality of your shave when you're using a straight razor. I always say, and I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but it's not called wet shaving for nothing. All right, let me be right back. Get the whiskers nice and wet and hydrated. And get that brush wet again, and we'll go to town. Everybody has their own way. Some people like to bloom their soaps. I never do. That should be plenty, plenty, plenty. And then usually what I do is I'll just run this under some water real quick again, and then get the spread. Now, I've been using this soap a few times throughout the week since I got it, and I gotta say, man, it smells good. That musk, man, really just shines through. But I gotta say, the F1 Bradford base, holy shit, man, it is good. Man, it smells good. And letter buck smells fantastic. It really opens up nicely once you start lathering it. And let me take these glasses off. I find here lately that I like shaving better with my glasses off. So, I was looking over some of the ingredients and stuff on Eric's Etsy page for his F1 Bradford base, which is the successor right now, or next iteration of his soap base. And I gotta tell you, as good as the F1 Brangus base was, or is, because it still is, it's a badass base. He managed to bust that ceiling open, raise the bar again, and make an absolutely phenomenal soap base. I didn't think that it was possible to improve on the F1 Brangus base, but Eric sure did it. This soap base, I'm telling you guys, is, I mean, just look at it. And I've barely put any water to it now. It's so creamy and thick. See the little peaks forming already? I'm gonna add some more water to it, but this soap is awesome. I've looked, and it looks like he did. I mean, it seems like it's or it looks like he didn't have a whole lot listed for his F1 Brangus base, at least for the little bit of research that I did. So I'm not sure how much more he added to it. But when you go to the sales page for Letter Buck or anything else that's going to have the Bradford base in it, you can look on there and see that. Like for me, the big standout was he added mango butter to it. Any soap base that I've used that's had mango butter, it was crazy slick. So um, he's added mango butter. He's added aloe to his soaps. The way this stuff feels on my skin, man, it feels amazing. And my post shave feel is amazing as well. And of course, I'll uh, I'll add to it too, because like he has. Not only did he change the formula for his Bradford base, but he also changed the formula for his after sauce. Um, if you remember, if you guys know, his after sauces and stuff, if you didn't shake them up beforehand, they would look clear. Now they come cloudy, like as if you shook them up, like you're supposed to before you use it, and it's thicker. His after sauce is much thicker. It goes on a little oilier to me, but that oil dissipates and dries. It doesn't stay oily or anything like that. I mean, it goes on oily and you can feel it oily, it's like when you first touch it, it's all shiny and glistening and well and oily. But as you rub it into your skin and it gets absorbed, that oiliness goes away and it just you'll see. When we get to the best part of the shave, I'll talk about that more. But this Bradford base, man, I mean, just look at it. Yeah, you guys know I don't go crazy with the lather, but I mean, I could, but I don't think you guys want an hour-long video now, do you? This is plenty enough lather for me. But it is just hard, super hard to believe um, that he made such a big improvement, man. I mean, this stuff is awesome. The lather explodes. I mean, you guys just watch me lather, and um, see, I'm so up on the lather, I was getting ready to shave right-handed and go into autopilot mode. But man, that lather is just so easy now. It's like, it's like an autopilot. It's like, I don't know. It seems like it's like the Gillette Red Tip of shaving. You know what I mean? Like it's just easy, or a Henson or a Yates, one of those autopilot kind of DE razors. Well, that would be the equivalent for this shave base or soap base. Man, it is something special. And I gotta say, I gotta say, it's probably my favorite soap base right now. It is very good. And the scent on it, man, I'm telling you. the scent on this with this one is right up there with Neutral Ground, Voodoo Yeti, Destined Breeze. This one's right up there with those. Very, very nice. Eric was kind enough to sell me this soap before release, so that's how I got it so quickly. But he was kind enough to give me he sent me a EDP to check out for it. So, yeah, so we'll see about how all that goes down. But the soap and the splash, I bought. As much fun as I'm having with this left hand shave challenge, with the left Denver shave challenge, I will be happy once I'm able to go back to using my right hand. I miss it. I think it's time for some more water, gents. Much better. Sometimes I really hate how coarse my hair is. But look, I mean, that was just one day's growth right there. I mean, but I don't know. All right, fellas, let me get the moneymaker rinsed off and we'll go for round two. Actually, hold on. There we go. Very good. All right, be back. I can definitely tell a difference in the closeness of the shave between the left side and right side of my face. But just look at how this stuff goes on. Man, I'm telling you. The new Bradford base is the shit. It is very good. Mm-hmm. What an awesome shave so far. Even if it is being left hand only. It's very, very nice. Oh, yeah. It's probably one of the better shaves I've ever had with this razor. All right. Here we go. Let me get the moneymaker cleaned up and we'll go for round 3. Just keeps making lather. If you guys want a little Tennessee whiskey shaving pro tip for you, if you want to enjoy your shave even more, if you have the matching EDP or even I guess the splash or whatever fragrance that you might want to be wearing for the day after you shave or whatnot, spray some on the back of your hand while you shave. Adds a little something something to it. Like for me, since I'm going to be wearing the Letterbuck EDP, and I want to give you guys my thoughts on it for after the shave, I've sprayed some on the back of my hand. So that way I can give you what I get off the dry down. But right now, like, of course, while I'm, lifting her, I'm smelling it. It smells very, very nice. Just kind of adds or accentuates to the shave. There you go. Your tip of the day. Add a little EDP to your hand while you shave. I forgot how good this Ost is, man. I hadn't used it in such a while. The right side a little rougher for sure. I can tell that I get some good passes on it from before. I think that'll, yeah. It's good enough for me. All right, let me get the moneymaker cleaned off, and we'll get to my final thoughts, or the best part of the shave. All right, and I'm back. Back for the best part of the shave. Let me get my hair fixed here. Got a little wonkiness going on. There we go. Good. All right, so here we are. We're going to get the best part going on, of course, which is the splash. Now, again, like I said, I'm grabbing the wrong bottle here. Eric did change up the formula for his aftershave, after sauce splash as well. It is thicker, and it is a little more oily. Smells awesome right out the get-go, but there you go. That's about all you're gonna need right there. But I don't know if that comes through or not, on how thick it is. So a little dab will do you. Mm. Of course, you got that little hit of alcohol on there. It's not a lot. It just gives you that nice kind of bracing feeling, a little bit of that burn. Mm. Okay. So the splash, much more resinous. Much, much more resinous. The amber, the oud. There's some oud in there, I know. The vetiver, the cedar. Definitely got the cedar in there. The musk. Now this has a much darker musk to it. It smells like. I mean this yeah. So whereas the soap has a much whiter, it seems like it's got a white musk in it. It's much brighter and sweeter. The splash comes in much darker, more resinous, more woody, leathery, amber, smoky. Yeah, there's the bourbon. I get a little bit of oak, like a oak age, kind of oak, the bourbon, like a oak bourbon. Much different. Much, much different. It's very nice, whereas so as a soap is seems it's much brighter, cleaner, sweeter. The the splash is much more darker, woody, a different kind of musk. That's what this is what I'm really liking about this set right now is it's tripping me out. So between the soap and the splash, it's really running you through kind of like the musk scale. There's a scale of musk, where you have clean, fresh, bright, sweet, and then you have over here you have dark, dirty, dank, resinous, woody, grassy. It just kind of depends on what they want to mix the musk with. But yeah, some cedar in there. Did I say cedar? Yeah, I'm getting the cedar now. But yeah, this that was awesome. Really, really like that. Yeah, see, like so, man. So this one does. It has that same kind of brightness, but it's very, very fast off the top. So you'll get it. You'll get kind of like that white musk, that sweetness with the bourbon and the amber, but then it dries down, fairly quickly into the darker side. Very, very nice. I really, really like that. All right, so here we are. This is the EDP that Eric was kind enough to send me a little sample of. So we'll get that going on. And like I said, I've already got some on the back of my hand. Here, I'm gonna put some on the back of this hand so I can have an easier time smelling it. There we go. Yeah. So this is so the soap comes in bright, sweet, musky. Then the splash, comes in slightly bright and sweet, but it fades really quick into the dark, resinous, woody kind of thing. And then the EDP, it's like a combination of both, but and the bourbon comes out. Yeah, those bourbon accords come out way more in the EDP than they do in the soap and the splash. The soap and the splash are more musky, leathery, and then woody and whatnot, even a little grassy and vetivery. Um, this one opens way more richer, creamier, kind of, sort of, with the maybe like with the caramel, maybe caramel and vanilla notes from the bourbon, and the amber. It opens up, like that, a brighter, sweeter, but in a different way than the soap. The soap is bright and sweet, like in a almost citrusy, clean kind of way, just a musk. Like I said, like if you've checked out John From, how that smells, it's kind of like that, but you add all these other layers to it. It just opens up. And then this opens up much more boozier. Oh man, it's so nice. Yeah, very nice. Very, very nice. Everything now. Yeah, see, this is way more woody, grassy. Get some like dust, smoke, patchouli. Yeah, some patchouli, oud and patchouli is in there. The resinous. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, you got the bar, you got the boozy. It opens up, musky, boozy, manly, woody, resinous. Yeah, all these things. It takes you on a journey. It really, really does. I really do enjoy this scent. So, as with all things, I do get my wife's opinion on what I put on. And so, on the Tennessee Wifey proof scale, the Wifey gives Letter Buck a 50 proof. Um, she's just not a big fan of smoky, resinous, woody, like anything that I wear that's woody, like cedar, oak, pine or whatnot. She tends not like it. She likes the bourbon stuff a little bit, but it's not her favorite. Like I said, she's more of a aromatic fougere kind of girl. She likes things like Dracar Noir and CK1, that kind of stuff. Those real kind of true like 90s cologne type scents. So this isn't really her bag, but she says she likes it, but she would rather have me wear other things. So, that being said, for me, on the Tennessee whiskey proof scale, where do I rate Letter Buck? Man, I gotta say, I am going to give it. This will be the all-time highest score I've ever given because I really like Letter Buck. I mean, between the new bass, the increased performance, the richness, the creaminess, the post shave feel, the fragrance, everything coming together. I mean, I'm not a big rodeo guy, but I even think that the label art, is pretty dang cool. The American flag back there, and dude riding the bull. I like it. I like it all around. So, on the Tennessee whiskey proof scale, where 0 is the worst and 100 is the best, I give Letter Buck a 90 proof. Guys, this is Tennessee whiskey approved, man. I'm telling you, this is a must buy. You guys, I don't know how long it's going to be around. I don't know if this was just going to be a one-time off or a seasonal thing from Eric, but I know it's hunting season and he has self-proclaimed or whatever, or given out the advisory, that it's hunting season, so he's a big time hunter. So getting soap and all that stuff made will come secondary to going out and going hunting. So don't sleep on this one. Definitely pick it up. If everything that I've said perks your ears, and you like musky, masculine, resinous scents, that are just manly, then leathery, boozy, then this is going to be right up your alley. I know it is mine. I love it. So, on that note, that's about all I got. Oh, yeah. Eric was kind enough to send me another early release. This doesn't come out until next month, though. So, but I'll be giving a review of Atchafalaya. There you go. That's a mouthful. And it as well is in the Bradford base. So definitely be looking forward to that. But that will be probably here in a couple of weeks when I do that one. And yeah, but be on the lookout. Lots of good stuff coming from Eric, the Cajun Blade now. I'll leave a link below for in the description for his Etsy store for if you guys want to pick your letterbuck up. I'm sure he would greatly appreciate that, and I would too, because I love to support small artisans. So, especially small American artisans. So on that note, guys, I know this one's running a little long. These left-hand shaves they just take a little longer. I can't, I got to concentrate a little bit more. So I apologize. We only got one more left-handed shave, and then I can go back to trying to zip around a little bit quicker with my right hand. So anyway, fellas, it's been great chatting with you. Feel free to leave comments and whatnot below. Please don't forget to, if you're liking what you're seeing, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe if you like, if you're so inclined. And as always, the wet shaving community is the best community. Be happy, be positive. Happy shave, gents, and I will catch you on the next one.